Hello, this is a video response to John's PS Vita review. I just wanted to address a couple of the points he made and make a couple of my own points. First of all, I wanted to say, John, I love your videos, especially your nostalgia-holic videos. I watch all your videos. Every time you upload one, you're one of the only ones. As soon as I see one of your videos, I watch it. So thanks for doing them, and keep up the good work. As you can see, I'm an avid handheld game player. I actually prefer handhelds over consoles. So I play consoles, but I enjoy playing with my handhelds more than I enjoy playing with my consoles. I can sit in front of the TV and play them. I can go out and play them. So I just love handhelds. I've been playing them since I was a kid. Started with the Game Boy and now all the way up now to the 3DS and the Vita. So first, let me say, I originally wasn't going to get the Vita. I got the 3DS, and the reason that I went for the 3DS was because it was a Nintendo, and I love Nintendo games, and I am a fan of 3D. Not everybody is. I'd say it's 50-50. Out of all the people I show this to, half of them really like the 3D, and others turn it off. But that was one of the big selling points to me, and the other one being that it's a Nintendo system, and I know it's going to have Nintendo's franchises on it, like Mario and all that. That was the first point I wanted to make, because and towards the end of your video you talked about how you kind of compared them to, you know, different higher-end cars and lower-end cars, and I kind of disagree with that, because for some people, if you walk into the store and you look at the Vita and you go, oh wow, that's a cool system, it's got all these bells and whistles, but I might want 3DS not because it's cheaper, but because it offers a different experience. It offers 3D. Vita doesn't offer that. And it offers Nintendo games, which the Vita, of course, doesn't have. If you're a big Mario fan or, you know, Zelda fan, you're probably going to say, hey, I want the 3DS because it has games on it that I really want. So I don't think the overall driving force, some people it is, but for the majority of people, I think they're going to go in and say, I want that system because it has games I want, or it has features that I want to utilize, like the 3D. I also like, and I'll address why, but I like Nintendo's game downloads better, which was one of the reasons that I bought this too, because you can go on the 3DS store here, and you just have so many Game Boy games and even newer franchises that Nintendo is creating, like this one here I just downloaded, Dylan's Rolling Western, and I got the game there, but I'll just show you real quick an intro video. This is a good game in that it's a tower defense game, and it's a good hybrid tower defense action game. But it's reasons like this that I wanted a 3DS. So that was just one of my points I wanted to make, was that you don't just purchase a system just based on the better hardware. It's sometimes the differences. Another thing I wanted to address on your Vita review is the touch screen. I haven't had any issues with the touch screen. I think it is just as responsive as the iPod Touch. And you see I have an iPod Touch here, and I would play with that. And I've been playing with the Vita, and I find the screen to be just as responsive. I did notice in part of your video when you were doing the welcome part, you were hitting the numbers, and there's a point in there where you have to hit the numbers twice, and you were hitting them once and saying that it wasn't responding. But the point was you needed to hit the item twice is the reason it didn't respond for you. And from what I've read, there's just as many touch sensors in the PS Vita touchscreen as there is on the iPod Touch or an iPad. So I don't really think the touchscreen is really an issue. I love it, actually. I think it's good. I'm going to get to my biggest complaint about the Vita, and it is the memory cards. One of my biggest things about handheld gaming is I love being able to download games. And as you can see, here's my iPod Touch. And the thing that I love about the iPod Touch, one of the things I dislike is that it doesn't have physical controls. But I love the fact that I can go online at 11 o'clock at night when all the stores are closed and browse the games and go, hey, there's a game I want, and just hit download, purchase and download, and then bam, it's right there. So I can play. All these games, by the way, are purchased. I don't jailbreak and I don't steal. And my point is, if you're going to offer me an easy way to get games that are at a good price, I'm going to buy them. And that's my biggest complaint with the Vita, is the memory card. I have this, I got this at Target, and it came with a free 4 gigabyte memory card. Now, I love this system. I think it's a great system, but I am extremely disappointed by the proprietary memory. There's a lot of games in here that I want to purchase, a lot of downloads. When I was going through it, I love classic gaming, so there's a lot of Neo Geo games on here. And I'm looking at those and I go, oh, I really want to get a couple of those. But after filling up, just downloading a couple demos, my card is almost full already. So there's a lot of games I'm like, well, I can't really put that on the memory card right now because it's already full. So here, I'll show you a couple that I'm interested in. Maybe search on here. So here's all the Neo Geo games. And a lot of them I would like to buy. Metal Slug PSP, Shock Troopers I would get, Magician Lord. And there's a Metal Slug anthology I believe in here too, and that one's like $20, and it's a pretty big download. And then another game that I really want is Monster Hunter. At $20, which, it's not a bad deal, 768 megabits. But here's the problem. I download that game, and it's going to take up a lot of my memory card. Not only does the game take up the memory card, on the 3DS, one of the good things about the 3DS is not only does it have cheap, non-proprietary memory that you can go to any store and buy, it has memory on the system, and the game carts that the 3DS utilizes, the manufacturers can actually put memory inside the carts. So some of the games, when you play the game and you save data, it can save it right to the memory card. It can save your progress, your characters onto the memory card. I believe when you download updates, though, that of course is not going to go on the memory card. It's going to go on the system or your add-on memory. But that's one of the advantages I think the 3DS has over the Vita, because now if I want that $20 game, not only do I have to buy that $20 game, I also got to buy a $100 memory card, because you're going to need at least 32 gigs of RAM to get all the games that I would like to get. Plus, not only do I need the memory card for the games, every time you progress in a game, it's going to save all that to the memory card. Any updates you do, of course, are going to save all that to the memory card. There's no system memory, and there's no memory on the PS Vita's memory, the installed memory, the proprietary memory. So that's my biggest complaint about the Vita, and that's where I think it's going to falter, is the memory card, because a lot of people are going to go, yeah, it's a $250 item, but you factor in the memory card, it's another $350. This is if you only get the Wi-Fi version. If you get the 3G version, you're looking at $300 for the system, another $100 for 32 gigs of memory. Not only that, then the price of the games to download. Now, this here did cost me $400 when I originally bought it. Actually, I got it on sale at Amazon, so a few dollars less. But it offers me more music, more portability, and that's the reason I was willing to pay that price for this, is because I can stick it in my pocket. When I go running, I go to the gym, I have it to listen to my music. I'm not taking this to the gym. This is just going to be for video games. So I'm not willing to spend the extra $100 for that 32 gigs of RAM. So here's where my predictions come in for the future of the Vita. I don't think that Sony's going to drop the price of the system. What I think they're going to do is start adding pack-in memory. Hopefully they offer 16 or 32 gig pack-ins for free. If you buy the system, you get a 16 or 32 gig, maybe $300 for the system and a 32 gig, and the $250 for maybe a 16 gig. That would be something I would say, hey, that would be worth it to buy the system. Another prediction that I have is the 3G model. If you want the 3G, I would say get it now, because I guarantee you in a year, after the system is out for a year, I believe they're going to dump the 3G model, because not only is the 3G old technology, a lot of a lot of carriers are switching to 4G. 3G is slow. It offers you limited connectivity. It's like, I believe John said $15 for 256 megs and $30 a month for 3 gigs. If Sony adds in YouTube, you're going to use up that 3 gigs quick because YouTube videos are going to eat up a lot of your memory. There's only certain games you're going to be able to play over 3G. You're not going to be able to play them all over 3G. So I don't see the point of buying 3G. If you want to browse the internet or whatnot, you have your phone or a tablet. The Vita does not offer the best browsing options. So I can see, in my opinion, I can see the 3G model disappearing. I guarantee. And it actually, right now in Japan, that is the lowest selling model. Even though all the models aren't selling all that well in Japan, the lowest selling model is the 3G. And I believe that's also the case in the United States, that the Wi-Fi only model is outselling the 3G model. So I guarantee you the 3G model is going to disappear. And hopefully, like I said, they'll offer you a package deal in place of it with some memory. That would be the best options, I think, for Sony. But I do like the system. I think I'm going to end up playing my 3DS more right now. But hopefully this comes out with, the reason I'm looking forward to this system, I'm looking forward to first-person shooters on here. The dual analog with the touch screen just makes the shooting games, make it a lot more fun. Actually, I have this Unit 13 demo, and I do like the way it's set up with the touch screen and the physical controls. So I'll show you here. And this is why I like this. This is what I'm looking forward to on the system. Not only does it have a beautiful 5-inch display, but the possibilities, the different controls and options and possibilities that they're going to have for first-person shooters and third-person shooters and even RPGs, action RPGs. There's just so much more controllability with this touch screen than there is with the 3DS. 3DS doesn't have a multi-touch screen. It has the bottom touch screen, and it's utilized differently. So I'll show you here what I really like about this system. Another thing that I don't like about this system is it does seem that the games take longer to load than 3DS games take to load. It seems like I'm waiting. I could start playing a 3DS game while I'm waiting for a Vita game to load. But here, we'll wait for this system here. And this is a cool game. This is one of the games that I'm waiting to see come out. And actually, I haven't bought any games other than the only things I bought on here right now are demos, because there isn't anything out right now that I really want. But this will be the first game that I buy. And the reason I really like it is you get to use your dual analog here. Now, with your touch screen, you can use a touch screen to zoom. Reload your gun with the touch screen. And I'm dead. But that's what I really like about it. And other things I like about touch screens, like on here, I have first-person shooters on here. Moving the characters around on here kind of sucks, but the aiming with a touch screen, I actually like it better than aiming with the analog stick. Even though aiming with the analog stick, is more accurate, than like button controls with the old PSP had, where you had the, I think it was resistance. You had to use the buttons on the old PSP, which I have over here. It's definitely more accurate with the analog stick, but I think it's even more accurate to be able to aim using the touch screen, because you can just line up your shots. And I have to see if I have Modern Combat 3. Here we go. So as you can see, I have a lot of games downloaded on here. I have a lot of games downloaded on that one. So Sony's got to kick it up a notch and make me want to download games on here. They need to drop the price of the memory card. And then I'm going to buy a memory card and I'm going to start downloading games. And that's what I don't understand about Sony is why they would do that, make the memory card so expensive that it would deter people from downloading games. You're going to make more money off of all the games I'm going to download than you will on me buying the memory card. So here. Overall, the experience of playing games is much better on the Vita, definitely, than it is on here.
After Razor Squad goes MIA while performing recon in the Alaskan wilderness, Walker and his team are sent there to rescue the team and thwart an enemy attack.
And I'll show you this before it loads up. Now see, aiming on this system, you of course, your movement is controlled with the touch screen. That would be cool if on the Vita it had like integrated an analog stick, but I do like the touch screen aiming, because as you can see, if I want to aim, it is so accurate to use a touch screen. Let's see here. And there's my bad. But the point I'm trying to make is the integration of the touch screen and the analog stick and the buttons and even the back panel. I don't see the back touch panel as being all that useful, other than it's probably going to end up being, for most games, I guarantee it ends up being a right or left button, you know, and these end up being right and left triggers. But I don't know, I played Little Deviants, and I really didn't like the trying to find where my finger was moving around the back of the screen. It just, I don't see it as that appealing, the back touch panel. I mean, it's a cool idea, but anyway, those are just some of the points I wanted to make. And again, John, thanks for doing the videos that you do. I enjoy watching them, and I'll be watching them for a long time in the future. Hopefully you'll continue to do them. So thank you.